We welcome you back to Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough. We're in the first quarter of play, and it's the Patriots in control of the football. This is 2nd and 8. Moore, the motion man right. Off play action. Fisher. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Looking to throw. Fisher. Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Fisher. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. You look at this Buffalo defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass. So 4th from the bottom, Charles.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season. But if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
And off the way in. Touchdown, New England. DJ Moore. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Pats are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bills offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And you can see he leads the league in rushing as he enters his final week. So we'll see how involved they want him to be here in this regular season finale. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. From the 29, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Williams. That's caught. It's a rookie from Alabama. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now it's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Williams. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Dobbs goes in motion. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
2nd and 3 from the 9. From the gun, here's Williams.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bills respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
A lot of times when you take a tight end in later rounds, you're doing it with a little bit of hope, some potential. But not so with this guy. They believe he can really make an impact in the red zone, and he definitely makes good on that faith right there.
Extra point attempt to follow here. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Fisher.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. But you look at this defense.
They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting? Task at hand and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And taken right at the 35. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
This defense for the Patriots, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. In motion, the tight end.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Working out of the gun, Williams. Over the middle, it's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The Bills had 15-1 on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Looking to throw is Williams. That is caught. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. To throw, Williams. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll look to throw for it with Williams. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They'll go. Here's Williams. Touchdown, Bills. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they can't bring him down. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Operating from the gun, Fisher. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taken from just outside the 30. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
Yeah, big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here they're trying to make it 3 in a row. To the air, Williams. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
In motion goes the tight end. Now a first carry here for the running back. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Well, these 2 teams met earlier in the year in Buffalo with the Bills winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Foxborough to capture the season series. Play action. Now Williams. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game. Two minutes gone by, second quarter. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. New England's offense set to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Here we go. Set. Unlock line. Bring it. Ready.
Opting to run again here with White. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
The head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Gibbs straight ahead. He juked him, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 87 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon game. They knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Trying the left side with Gibbs. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Second down and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. That winds up pushing it back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at the 20. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Patriots take over. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And I think the ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Pick
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete. Rome Odunze. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Oh, and that
The
is incomplete.
Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams.
Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
They'll go play action here with Williams. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Looking to throw. Williams. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Williams. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Williams. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Pats going to get one final possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing to start the drive. Fisher.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one.
Let's go. Smash, smash.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. Taking it about the 16. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
Going for the deep ball. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who are out in front. Joe Burrow with 3 touchdown passes. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Justin Herbert with a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Josh Allen has thrown a touchdown pass. The big story thus far has really been the snow. It's made footing treacherous. And if the forecast holds, it's only going to get worse. But I can tell you as a fan, these are the games you love to watch. You'd have to imagine, given the snowy condition, lots to talk about at halftime for these two coaching staffs. Plenty of decisions to be made for this second half for sure. And for the call, we hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Bills offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And he's in the midst of a very solid season, currently second in the NFL in passing yards. The second half starts with a run by Gibbs.
And some room to roam now. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
142 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
Going back to Gibbs on first down.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Up the middle they go. Gilmore. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming.
Here's third and a few inches. Hand off now to Gibbs.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
On play action, here's Williams.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Joshua Carter to kickoff.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Some strong running at the 20.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
Well, here we sit, week 17, just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
2nd and 3. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Check, Panther. Check.
Off the play fake. Fisher. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Max Crosby. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
More the motion man right.
Off play action. Fisher.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Off the play fake, it's Williams.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it.
At the 4-yard line.
They'll bring a tight end in motion. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. This will cost him 11 yards there on the 2nd and goal sack.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And his kick is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. The Pats at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Fisher. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Max Crosby picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Here we go. Here we go. I want to see some points at the end of this drive.
Operating from the gun. Fisher.
A pass complete to Odunze.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. They'll go up the middle with White. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Let's go now.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Go.
From the gun on 3rd down. Fisher.
He's got the connection to Moore. And he will have a Patriots first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
At the Bills' 39-yard line.
Looking to throw. Fisher. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
Let's go.
First down, here's White. Muscles him off.
Brought down at the 20. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now.
Back now in Foxborough. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Off the play fake. Fisher. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Complete to number 2, DJ Ward. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's White. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Zamir White, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots are able to cut into that deficit.
The Patriots will line up for a 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. Flushed. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Throwing is Williams. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
A gain of 12. First down, Bills.
Here we go, shot.
On first down, Gilmore. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain an 18-point lead. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
He's got his man. That's Woods on the out route. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The offense on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to throw. Fisher. He's got his target. That's complete. He'll get it inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Elijah Moore, 44 yards. And the Patriots have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A really nice gain of 25 yards. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Williams. Escapes the sack. That's complete to Dobbs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Romeo Dobbs. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Point after here coming up. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Dobbs touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And great field position coming up in the red zone. To throw, it's Williams. He'll buy some time right. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, 4th quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Patriots ready to get the football back. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here we go. Here we go.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll look middle here and get it to Adunze. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Fisher. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Throw right side taken in by Adunze.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw again.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Bills are going to get the football back.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. 4th down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on down. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great... Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
191 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
Got his open man, it's Carr.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. 16 more on that one and another 1st down. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. And he continues to rack up the yardage on the ground. That last run going to move him over 200 yards rushing now in this game alone.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Ready.
To throw, Williams.
Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And the Bills are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game.
Here we go, set. Half the 60.
Gibbs is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Throwing to start the drive. Fisher. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Joshua Carney to kick off.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Let's go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Buffalo,
they finish off one of the best regular seasons of all time, 16-1, their final record.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for New England,
it'll be double digits in losses as they fall to 7-10 for their final mark.
And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.